So you on his way, but you're not. Did you get some of that scotch? I don't know. Oh, you probably ain't tripping.
I had some Bel Air.
Okay.
Yo. Shalom. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Let me get the sound test. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Who? It's on there. We on there. Let me see here. What's going on? It's cool. Yeah, Carruthers, I'll be here in like 2 minutes. Traffic is heavy. All right, Shalom Israel.
Traffic.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Latham Bashim Yahushai, One West Radio. I'm Precinct Officer Tabawan, almost at the Wagga Bar. Damn. It's a lie here. But I'm here with Precinct Officer the Wagga Bar. You may have seen him on Black Authentic Truth doing this thing, man, bringing out important history consistently throughout the week, man. How you doing today, sir?
I'm too wild.
No sign.
Just got through with scripture breakdown class.
Right.
I'm chilling.
Most High in Christ. Well, I'm glad you're here. Today, we're gonna go into various topics as we always do. We're gonna touch on we gotta touch on PJ Washington.
Oh man, that's I feel bad for that brother, man.
If I could
feel bad for that brother, but from what I can understand, man, he had all the signs. He was given all the signs. I guess I'm barely finding out what's her name.
Her name was Brittany Jenner.
I'm barely finding out about that. She was a Instagram thought, right? And the way I have found out about it is I don't know. I didn't want to keep talking.
You got to do your thing. Do your thing.
The way I found out about it, right, is that she was an Instagram thought,
right,
and she basically have a video where she's giving her head count, like how many bodies she got. And I'm like, this was her before he got with her. So, unfortunately, when you're a young man, and especially in this world, man, especially in this social media world, like you can, as a young man, I was naive. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of brothers was naive when they was young and they got with a sister and they thought they won't be with her for the rest of their life. And it didn't pan out that way in the world, because we wasn't taught to stay with a woman in the world. But the naiveness of being a young man and, not seeing all the signs that's right in front of you, and then him not having nobody like that could tell him like, yo, this might not be a good idea to be with this Instagram chick, what I mean? Because she's looking for a bag, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna be about, love and, and all of that. She's looking for the bag. And then I guess that's what she did, exactly that. She secured the bag. Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a heavy point because the dude only 22 years old.
Yeah.
So he obviously ain't had nobody to be like, hey, brother, she ain't really into you like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's preying on you. And the heavy part about it is, really in today's society, you don't really need nobody to tell you that.
Right.
There's so many accounts of that, so many stories of that. You thought this woman really loved you.
Right. Go ahead.
No, you got it, sir.
And it's so many, like you said, there's so many examples of that where you see somebody's been taken advantage of. Like we live in this time period, man. And another thing is like, man, like as a man, like I'm giving advice to a young brother, you don't want to be with a sister that has a track record of being on social media half naked and, becoming famous for that purpose. There's been many women that's been had that. You see an example, Kardashians or any woman you see, they just famous. You like, who is they? Do they act? Is they entertainment? No, they just famous for being half naked on fucking Instagram. You know what I mean? You as a young brother, you shouldn't desire a woman like that. There's a lot of bad sisters that you won't never see half naked on social media.
Facts.
That's the sister you want. You don't want that sister with that type of mind state where she's just trying to sleep with whoever she can and secure the bag. She even said on the video that I'm telling y'all about is that she said that if you want to come up quick, you lay with a basketball player, an athlete, because they're stupid. Yeah, they're stupid and they don't use protection.
Wow.
She said that, like, if you want to come up on a quick one, you know, sleep with the athletes because they don't use protection. They're dumb.
You're talking about that one?
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. She is going to get paid. Okay, so first she had this man's child and broke up with him 2 weeks after gave birth to that child, right?
She filed for divorce.
She filed for divorce. Right. She got into the marriage, you know, with this in mind, right? Money. And she filed for divorce 2 weeks after she had this man's child, right? Crazy. And now this man is going to have to pay $200,000 a month in child support.
And let's just be real. It's allegedly, right? He's going to have to pay that. It's not solid in stone, but
it's not solid in stone.
But think about that. 200. What was his contract? Because I had to look the brother up. I had to look. The brother got skills, right? So he can get more money, but that's until the child is 18 years old.
Right. If I could, 200,000 a year, 200,000 times 12. You know, I was, a B+ student in pre-algebra. Hold on. 24. This play. That's $2,400,000 a year, right?
What is the brother's contract?
And then I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now. Goodness. So 2,400,000 times what? 18.
We're talking about 18 years. So you want to times it first with that. You got the month. Now you want to times the month times 12.
That's almost 44 million
times 18.
That's almost 44 million.
He got a 4-year contract worth 12 million basically.
God damn, man. God.
Stole his life.
So he making in a year.
He got a $12 million contract?
$12 million contract for 4
bro,
years.
This is the sad part.
He make a $3 million.
That's not even guaranteed, man.
Right,
Let the brother get injured or something like that.
Right.
Then they'll buy out the rest of the contract. Like, it ain't even guaranteed for him to get all of that bread. This brother literally is going to have to start a podcast and start some side businesses right now to take care of that.
And that's just to pay the child support. Yeah, if that goes through, if that $200,000 a month is written in stone,
hopefully the brother can pull up some receipts and show what type of woman she is, and that he didn't know she was like that, because apparently the brother posted after she broke up with him that you was playing all along. So he realized afterwards, like she was going to his games when he was at Kentucky. Before he ever became an NBA star, she was invested in him. She was going to the games.
Wow.
So she was better than a damn NBA scout.
Right.
At scouting out new talent, my nigga.
Right.
like real talk. Like she was going to the game when he was just what? I don't know how old is he now? So he was 18. She going to his college games. And how old is she? If we can get that, if we can get her age, because I think she's like a cougar compared to him. I believe so. You know what I mean? She's been doing it for a minute. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Right.
Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
And that is so heavy, Ashawar. Like, man, what the brother said, like, it's so many traps out there with these women, especially if you're a young Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, and you got a little bread in your pocket. Not a little bit, but you came up on something. It's a blessing that, like, that type of money is a blessing, you know what I mean, from the Lord, you know what I mean, to be drafted, to football, go to NFL, go to the NBA, and get that type of money and resources that you can change people's lives, right? But you also got to watch out for the woman who is trying to change your life trap you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If I could, Proverbs 6:26.
Let's go.
It says, hold on. I'll start at 24. Proverbs 6:24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Here's the point. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Man.
You said this man she was scouting him since he was in college?
scouting him since he was in college, man.
Wow.
Scouting him since he was in college.
Wow.
And like this brother is reduced to crumbs, man, because like who wouldn't feel like they've been taken for, man? Like he figured it out afterwards. Like he been lying all this time. Now he done fell for the Instagram post. I looked at a couple of it. She's on there twerking, man, doing splits and doing all of those nasty, whorish things that women do. You don't like when you look at this sister and her behavior, you don't see nothing virtuous. You don't see nothing like, damn, I can see myself being with this sister for the rest of my life. That's not what you see. But a brother that's just lusting and looking at the eyes, the eyelashes, and he gonna get caught up in that web, that nasty trap.
Yeah.
That this brother and to be honest, man, I feel bad for the brother. Yeah. When I heard this story, I was like, damn. Like
if I could, because I could look at it like two ways, sir. So like I've never talked to the brother personally, right? Obviously, but say he's in a mindset like he really was into that woman. You know what I mean? Like say he really, really loved her, gave her. He has plans in the future. Probably talk to her about what businesses he wanted to pursue in after his career, or whatever, right? Deep talk about life, just for her to do that. What that could have done to that brother mentally, man. Right. With that type of woman kills brothers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on the flip side, say he was just on it, like I got the bag, and I got a bad female who got 6 million followers on Instagram, and I'm on. Like that's not the mentality to have. Like brothers and sisters, brothers who everyday life brothers, you should really it should speak to you in this manner, right? That you got to really be selective with these women you lay down with.
Right.
You got to know that you got to want a woman who wants you and not what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't want a woman because she see I'm in this kind of car. Or I got this kind of money.
Right.
Like she got, what I mean? She gotta want me for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm in the NBA and this and that. Because once that's gone, she gonna go with it.
Right. Let me just sidebar. She's 1992 born. She's 29 years old.
29. Okay, 30. Okay.
She still got a little bit of more game.
Right.
Knowledge
because he's 22.
On how to work him. You know what I mean? Like he's 22. So I'm just gonna say how long he been on the Charlotte Hornets for what? 2 years or something. Let's just say he was in college at 18, right? So we go back 4 years. She was 25, right? So she was already coming to the knowledge of like, I need to secure this now. So I'm gonna show my support. I'm gonna come to his games because he's going. The chances of him going to the NBA is definitely like in the 80, 90 percentile. So my life gonna change if he goes. So let me just play my role, play my part as a sweet girlfriend, right? Meanwhile, I got 6 million followers and I'm twerking my ass in front of all these people, and that's how I'm even known. Like I just want to say, like, man, it kills me. Go ahead.
It's like, so not to cut you off, if I could though, wasn't she like dating some other NBA stars though before?
I'm pretty sure she said when she dropped her body, she said she got like, damn, I can't even remember how many bodies, but she categorized it like with basketball, like with sports professionals and regular guys and other, she categorized the different types of men that she slept with. You know what I mean?
And the second part I want to say, like how you was going back, how that brother was like, when you look at the sister, you don't see like wifey material. You know what I'm saying? But like Hosea 4 and 6, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because that brother lacking the knowledge of what a modest woman is or what a righteous woman looks like. That's what they're gonna fall for. You know what I'm saying? That's the trophy wife to them. That's the wife just off the looks. They're not looking beyond that. Like,
like a woman to have a future with.
Right. They just looking at, she look good. She look good on my arm. She got her little thing going for herself. It compliments me. You know what I'm saying? And really it's to your downfall because you're not really looking for the right things. You know what I'm saying? And you're ignoring the big flags, ignoring the big signs that'll tell you right in your face that that's not the woman you need to be going after.
Man, right in your face. And I mean, like, man, why do brothers ignore that flag right in their face? Like I would say with this brother, he was just young, dumb, and full of, you know what I'm saying? Full of cum. Young, dumb, and full of cum. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, he ignored what was right in his face. Or probably somebody did tell him, like, man, watch out for her. Like, bro, if I was you, like, I know for sure none of the niggas that's on his team in the NBA told him to leave her alone. You know what I mean? Those was his quote unquote bros that he around on a daily basis now. You know what I mean? No one said, man, play it right, bro. Like, do not get her pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, at least make her have to prove her quality as far as her actually being down for you. And so what that mean in turn it'd be like, you're gonna have to just be with me. I'm not putting myself in a position where you can turn around and do what you just did. What she just did. She did it. And then you got sisters that I've seen a post where sisters is like, it's his fault. Sisters is ruthless. Like, oh well, it's his fault. He should have seen the signs.
I mean, granted, he's that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
it's too, huh?
I said he should have for sure.
Yeah, he definitely. It's too many examples. You know what I mean? You got your Dr. Dre wife is about to yoke him for all his money.
Yeah, well, like 200, 300 million. 1,000 a month.
Man,
in child support. But I think he might be lucky because he probably don't got that many more years. This brother got a whole 18 to go.
Fresh.
A whole 18, like, bruh. And hopefully the Lord be on his side, man.
Yeah,
the Lord be on his side. He need to get some type of compassion from the judge. You know what I'm saying? Some mercy.
The cold part about it though, it's gonna be a female. She done messed it up for the next females to come down all the way down the line.
Oh yeah,
it might be a good, sincere female that come up to that brother.
Don't even know
he gonna do her that. He gonna do it wrong now because of his past experiences. And it's kind of like you gotta learn.
Yeah.
He shouldn't, but it's like he gotta learn from that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn from this. Whether hopefully it's allegedly, so hopefully he can get it knocked down. Which most likely the judges, most judges is like pro female in these type of situations.
So. Exactly. Especially when you got the bread, they don't have they're ruthless. They don't have no mercy on you. But hopefully, if his money drop, also his child support will drop.
But that's gonna balance out though.
You said it's gonna balance out.
Yeah, that's gonna balance out.
Like.
It's still gonna hurt him.
It's still gonna be the equivalent of the 200,000 if it was. If he making 900,000, they charging him 10,000. Like, damn, nigga, still.
And also, it's also that thing where they say, I was used to this life when I was with him, so I want to maintain this lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Look, if I could, I don't mean to be too personal, but a few years ago, man, I was on child support for just a few months, man. I wasn't making 12 million every 3 years, and I was making. Yeah, I was working at Popeyes or something,
right?
And it was dogging me. So I can only imagine, the position any man that has that child support demon, because that's what it is,
right?
Attacking their lives. Because look, not only PJ Washington, this is what I want to ask you: how destructive is child support in general to the Black and Hispanic and Native Indian man? How destructive? Because it is destructive. It can ruin the lives of Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, and it has, and it does.
Right.
How destructive is it?
I think it's real destructive because it's used as a tool. Like, okay, like you have people have a split, right? Mm-hmm. They break up. The dad can totally, or the mom can totally, however, vice versa, however it goes. They could totally be willing to be in the child's life, totally willing to participate, pay for things. Y'all know y'all going down the line on certain things, or the baby need this for school. Okay, I'm gonna send what I can right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this and do that. So, but it allows that's like people being cordial and able to have a healthy co-parenting relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the side that's how it should be if people split. Now you got people splitting on some bitter type stuff, and child support enables them to either one, be like how this sister did this brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna use him for his bread, and I really don't love him. It's gonna have a baby by him, and essentially you don't really even care for that baby. The baby's just your cash cow.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use this person. I'm a dip, and then it also allows for the person that y'all split, y'all break up with, the one that's mad the most. It enables them to be bitter to the utmost. It enables them to hit you in a way that they probably wouldn't necessarily be able to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel child support enables the bitterness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It enables that demon just to be more of a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Like it's an enabler, and like when it comes to our relationships, we don't have to go to the government and put those other people in our business. Like the whole point of child support was it was initiated because of white men not, not paying child support, or better yet, the government wanted the to put in a system where men could not leave their wives and create other families. So to control that, they had child support like a penalty. The thing about it, when it comes to the black and Hispanic community, it is a destructive force in our community, and it's like our sisters use it for vindictiveness instead of using it, like this. This is the thing. I understand that there may be situations where, a brother may have children and, maybe he's not doing what he should be doing as far as like, buying things. A lot of times a woman will tell you like, I don't need them to buy anything. I can give my kids everything, which is true. I bring up this point is because I've never seen, as far as black and Hispanic women, them being homeless, literally living on the streets because they wasn't getting a child support payment. Like a child support payment does not make or break our families as far as whether or not you're going to be able to keep the lights on and stay stay in the home that you're in. You're going to get kicked out on the streets. It doesn't. What it does do is further destroy the relationship between black men and black women, and it puts a wedge in between us ever reconciling or being able to see eye in the eye and just deal with each other enough to be able just to be there for the child. So in turn, the child ends up you get those child support payments, but the child never sees their father. What's more important, the relationship between the child and their father, or the money that's coming in? That's not a lot. That's actually destroying the relationship, the good terms and stuff that y'all could have if those people was not in our business, and you can just do it with each other.
Right.
If I
go ahead.
If I could, like, some people even like, it'd be like, okay, like, like this is like, like they get like the little whole county thing, and the county thing make them get the child support on them or whatever.
Whether you know or not.
Whether you know it or not, right? And it'd be like, okay, y'all could, if you really don't need the bread and you already getting aid and this and that, send that bread back. You know what I'm saying? Send the bread back. And like, if y'all got an agreement, y'all could be like, hey, like, okay, I need it for this month. Okay, keep it for the babies. Or y'all can be, it's always should be something cordial and calm, cordial and coordinated. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be something made of bitterness and made of hate. And you allowing this man to fail, the father of your children, you know what I'm saying, over your hate, over your bitterness, over your lack of care. You know what I'm saying?
If I could, it was both solid, heavy points. It also, it just brings to mind, like, brother, you having children, like, you want to be in a position to take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you want to, like, and then you don't want to get with a woman who, say you don't have a job at the moment. Like, you don't want to get with a woman that's going to oppress you further. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
nigga, get a job.
Yeah,
nigga, like you know how it
is.
You
know
what I mean?
Then you get a job, then it's get a better job. You work whack Arnold's. It's not good enough. But my point is, like, to the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, like, man, be mindful of who you have sex with. It don't matter how big her behind is, how many followers she have on Instagram, whatever, right? Because I guess that's like a badge of honor today. Is like, oh, I bagged Brittany Renner. Yeah, she on me. Like, no, nigga, she's playing you, dog. Right. Like, you gotta be, man, get them humble sisters, man. Get them teachable sisters, those moldable sisters. Don't get these women who are gonna be, succubuses and suck the life out of you.
Right, and suck you dry. And you know what I mean? It's bad enough that the so-called white man wants to suck you dry, doesn't want to give you a chance. You know what I mean? So in order to have a chance, set yourself up and, plan your thing. Set yourself up right. Get you a sister that's going to be behind you, rain, sleek, or shine. A sister that's going to be down with you on the bad times. A sister that actually understand what time it is as far as with our people and what our history is, and that every situation is what I want to say. Like, every situation is not the same as far as our relationships. You know what I mean? We not all the same. You know what I mean? Right. And that's something I hate too. Like, black men and black women generalize each other as far as the relationships and say, oh, y'all like this, you like this. But you want to set yourself up. Like there's a study that came out in 2015 because they will say that black men are horrible fathers, abandon their children, don't love their children. And the study by the CDC came out in 2015 that said that black men are the best fathers of all other races, and that they spend more time with their children. They do more. They're more involved with their children. This is the key, whether they live in the home or not.
Right.
There's a lot of fathers that are not in the home, but they're very active in their kids' life. When they get around their kids, they want to be around them. They love them.
Right.
And that's something that's never been talked about. I think I might do a video on that on Black Authentic Truth, but that's something that's not talked about. Like we do have the ability to be there for our children and to love our children, and everything ain't about money. You know what I mean? Well, you just gotta accept it. Like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get with a brother that don't got no money. He ain't got the damn money you want, as far as having the bag, having a record contract, or having an NBA contract. But black men are trying in this wicked society with the world on their back, and all they need is a sister that got a little compassion and understand who the devil is, and to work with that brother, even if y'all ain't together. Work with that brother, and don't make it a situation where he can't stand you so much, and he hate the fact he on child support that he not even around to see his kids grow up, because he just can't stand the fact that the way you talk to him, the way you put him down, the way you say he ain't this and what he ain't did for his children, allow him to be around his children. You know what I mean?
And if I could, sir, that's heavy, because then you got a lot of women who put the father on child support, oppress him further. Now he got to get 2 more jobs just to pay his dues at the end of the month. Now that's taking away time that he could be spending with his children. Now she's putting in his head, in the children's head, that they father don't love them, and this, that, and the third. And then you got some women who keep the fathers away from the children. How destructive is that to our communities? I don't even want to say communities, but to our households as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, as Israelites. How destructive is it for a woman to keep children from their father?
I just wanted to touch on something you said. You said about, when you own child support, okay, in order to get off child support, you got to have that job. So what if they take your license away, which they do? Now you're having trouble getting to work. Now you're having trouble. It's a struggle to even make the money.
Because if you lose your job, they're not going to, I still need to.
If you lose your job, it's still going to accumulate. And let me just show you something that's really evil, because I got 5 kids, right? And I've had babies. I've taken care. I've bought clothes for my son.
With the Wa tribe.
I bought. I was the person. I buy everything as far as clothes, shoes, and all that. It's not as expensive as they be trying to make it out to be.
No.
I was gonna do it, Salaki. I'm gonna do a video on that, on raising a child from like a baby to about 6-5 years old, to show that, okay, the most expensive time was during the time of diapers, right? But when they start getting older, the clothes ain't really that expensive, unless you're trying to have your children in all kind of Jordans and Darion and all of the name brand stuff. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you can do pretty good with like under $200 with a whole wardrobe for your child. You know what I mean? And clothes they last. They don't just.
Kids don't even be wanting them that type of stuff.
You want that
type of stuff. You ask your kids, what shoes you want? They're gonna go grab the Spider-Man.
Man,
shoes.
they want the Toy Story 4s.
Yeah, Toy Story 4s.
They want what I'm saying? Yeah. They want the Paw Patrol.
But the point I'm making is, though, look, brothers, the point I'm making is that it ain't that expensive. That how they be accumulating all that child support back payments in the tens of thousands of dollars. It don't cost that much, to do that type of money. I mean, spend that type of money for your child. Now, if you want to factor in the roof over their head, the lights and all of that, well, as an adult gonna have to pay that anyway. So even if the mother or the father didn't have the children in their custody, they would still have to pay for lights, rent, and gas and all of that stuff.
Right.
So that shouldn't be factored in. What should be factored in is what you buy from as far as clothes and things they need,
necessities,
toys, nowadays, tablets, whatever the things the kid need. You know what I mean? Even let's just say some people factor in food. because the kid eat too much. Well, you got to pay this because your son eat. You know what I mean? But it's some women like that. But my point is that all that money they accumulate when it comes to those people being in our business, it don't even be costing that much, and it puts black men in such a hole because once they take your license, the next place is jail. So how is child support actually helping us? Now my son has to come see me through a glass window because I couldn't keep my job and couldn't pay the child support because I couldn't keep my job, and it's just a big demonic circle.
That's even if she bring the son to the visiting or the child to the visiting.
Right.
Lord will.
Brothers are getting time.
Hopefully she have compassion, but like what the brother said, that's probably not even the case because you wouldn't be if she had compassion. She wouldn't have been on child support. Like she'd be like, nah, I would rather you be in your child's life than anything. That's more important than anything than them getting to see you and have a relationship. And I'll allow them to determine what type of man you are, how they feel about you, not like interject all of my feelings about how I feel about you to them. And so the child grows up with a disrespectful attitude. Man, that nigga ain't never, man, this nigga, and he starts to sound like the woman,
right?
With everything he says, you know what I mean? I don't want to go too far off.
No, that's. I mean, that just goes into the point. You gotta be careful, brother, who you lay down with. You gotta be careful, man. I mean, the Bible tells you over and over. That's the problem. We don't want to listen to the Bible. We feel like we know better than the Bible. The white man wrote the Bible, and you reading that book and all that garbage, man. Look where you at, man. Right. You got 3 different baby mothers who are, killing you in child support.
Should be all of your wives.
It should be all of your wives. Exactly. But, because I know brothers with 3, 4, BMs. I don't like the term baby mother, but, they got different children with different women, and it working out. Right. They're not on child support. Right. The Lord is with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. But we deal with, in the world, man, we deal with sisters because they got a tail on them. And, we ain't really caring about how this woman's personality is, who she is, what's her character, how does she conduct herself, what's her mindset. We just trying to hit. And then that'd be the problem, man. We got to stop that. That's a vicious cycle that is like a generational curse damn near. Yeah. The black men is and just, black men have to take accountability. Exactly. We have to take accountability, but part of accountability is like the brother said, we think we know every damn thing, and the Bible has the answers right here. So a lot of the issues we talking about, how we get there, how this brother got there and got taken advantage of, like it sounds kind of funny. I mean, not funny, but damn, a brother getting taken advantage by a sister. But she took full advantage of her opportunities, and she's about to prosper. It ain't gonna work. Don't have to have a damn job. You know how hard it is to get a job, and just how many people have a job and struggle just to pay their bills and get by. She's not gonna have to work for nothing. She did her due diligence and scouting report and got this brother. But if we would know, we as black men, we can't just be trying to sleep with everybody. That's our problem. Our problem is not analyzing a situation, but it goes back to us never being taught what's right.
If I could. And it's also like your intentions. Like, brothers, have the right intentions going into things. You know what I'm saying? Like a sister might not, like you looking at a sister like, I just want to hit. This is what I mean by have the right intention. You looking at a sister, I just want to hit. And then now you talk her into it, y'all end up having sex. And you don't have no intentions on being with the sister now. She's hurt. She's mad. She's upset. Right. And whatever type of power she can use and authority she can use to hurt you back, she gonna do.
She gonna do it.
She gonna do it to the fullest of extent. Obviously, it goes into more about getting to know the person, but your intentions got to be pure on talking to these sisters. That's what I'm saying. And if you wouldn't have the knowledge of this Bible, you would know, okay, this sister, I gotta care for her life. If she has children, I gotta care for her and these children. If you know what I'm saying, I'm responsible for her soul. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for her life, and she's responsible for taking care of me. You see what I'm saying? So with that, you're going to go into looking at it differently. Like, it's more than just how you look. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because I'm responsible now. Can I wake up to you in the morning? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you look the same without your makeup on? You know what I'm saying? Do we vibe? When we argue, is we hating each other? Is we arguing? Can we communicate past this? It's more than just things that like if you,
the superficial
yeah,
things.
the things on the surface.
Yeah.
You know
If
what
I
I mean?
could, and that's a heavy point because as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about all the cases, all the black male, Hispanic male celebrities, NBA stars, NFL stars who dealt with these whores, right? Keyword whores, and they dealt with them, and they'll have sex with them, and then the next morning, he on the news because she talking about this Negro raped me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the women be lying. I'm not talking about the times where they, niggas raped her.
Right.
But most of the time they be lying.
Right.
Because they want to check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture say by means of a whorish woman.
Right.
I mean, because she's plotting.
She's plotting.
Evil woman, like there was a woman in the Bible named Jezebel. And she plotted on a king named Ahab, who was known for not being strong-willed. He wasn't assertive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and she played skillfully on that. She knew like this nigga weak. Like there was an instance where he wanted a garden that was like nearby his palace type thing, right? And he asked the dude, he said, "Hey man, can I have it? Like, I'll give you something else on the other side of town. Can I have this right here?"
Yeah.
The dude was like, "Hell no. This is my grandfather. I inherited this, right?"
Yeah.
And then he went back to the to his spot, and he crying and sad, and Jezebel's like, "Why are you sad? Aren't you the king?
Right.
I'll go get you that land."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, this is the heavier point. Like women like Brittany Renner, right, have that spirit of Jezebel. Why? Because Jezebel, she saw a brother and she used him. She used him for her gain. And here's the point. Jezebel was a Zidonian princess. She was a Hamite. She was a she was a daughter of a Zidonian king. She came and she became the wife of Ahab. And in becoming the wife of Ahab, she introduced the worship of Baal under Ahab's watch as king. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like she plotted. She was I could get over on this. She's probably having conversations with her dad. Like, yeah, I can convert these Israelites. We can get rid of their prophets. He was killing us. All kind of stuff.
So like a lot of sisters say these niggas don't want wives, they want mamas, and that's basically that mom is that type of woman that's gonna run something. And I'm sure this Brittany Leonard had this brother doing moves, like directing his moves and what he should do and what he shouldn't do.
Oh, absolutely.
So she definitely did, like I said, she did her homework. She did her homework on this brother, and the whole time she was plotting. She was like looking at. She seen money signs when he thought he was seeing twinkles in her eye. She seen money signs when he smiled. You know what I mean? That's all she's seen. She said there's light at the end of this tunnel. You know what I mean? I gotta play my role and play it to the fullest until I get to that point. And the minute that nigga said something she didn't like, they broke up, and that was it. You know what I mean? And then he said, then he went online and said, basically, I knew you was faking all along. Like he was like, so.
If I could, like, why I don't understand why we like when we get to that market or that branch as far as like how much money you making, like you in the millions, you in the NBA, you making millions, like niggas get with these females like that would not rock with you if you wasn't in the NBA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the one that was on the Clippers, the dark skinned one? Always be dunking and swinging off the court like a monkey. What's the name? Harrell? Remember that he got traded. He got like some every time he dunk, he like swing his body all extra.
Corey Maggette?
No, just last year, like 2 years ago. Montrezl
Harrell.
Harrell. He was flying when he was out there, he was flying some Instagram model out there. What made me think about that is how you said you get that money, you start trying to mess with sisters that wouldn't even give you the time of day if you was just a regular broke nigga, a regular brother on the street. Like you try to holler, she would look at you like, nigga, what is you talking about? I don't, she would have looked at that brother like that nigga looked like a gorilla. I ain't talking to
she wouldn't have followed you back on social media.
Yeah, but yet now he flying her to LA on trips to have sex. You know what I'm saying? She giving them all the time of day because all these women on this social on like Instagram and things, they looking for is a bag
and a
flight. They looking for something. They want to catch flights and grab bags. And brothers gotta have some sense about themselves and stop thinking with your penis and start like these brothers have brought out earlier that you gotta really look at the sister and look at her qualities and look like, damn, do I want, like he said, do what? Can I be with her, wake up with her when she ain't got no makeup on? Can I deal with her then? Can I deal with her without all the superficial stuff why I was attracted to her in the first place? If you can't do that, then you should not even move forward with having sex with that sister.
And if I could, that's
one more thing, because I don't want to. I forgot it when he said it. And also, when he was talking about, being responsible, I think one of y'all said about, you got to be responsible for these sisters. Now you're going to become, not only are you her husband, you're with her for life. So now you're going to be, guess what? Her therapist. You're going to have to listen to her problems. You're going to have to solve her problems because women are emotional. So you're going to have to deal with that part of a woman. If you really, really love her, you're going to have to do that. Right. And you got to be willing to do that if you're willing to put your penis in between her legs. Because if you play that part and then you break it off and you with another woman, then prepare for whatever is coming for you, the vindictiveness or whatever she can do with the power that she got, and you got a kid with her, she is going to use that on you, brother.
I was gonna say you shouldn't get with a woman without wanting to be with her for the rest of your life. Right. You shouldn't lay down with that woman if you don't have intentions of staying with her. Because the problem is brothers want to be like, what's that rapper name? Blueface. Blueface. He said how many women he slept with in a year? Hundreds of women. And I'm like, that's whoremongering, but I'm thinking to myself, like, he doesn't have the mindset like, damn, I'm gonna stay with these women. I'm gonna stay with this woman. I lay down with her. We don't have that mentality. We're just trying to hit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And
that was for bragging rights.
Right. And that's really not a flex.
Right.
That's not a flex. You sleeping with all these women and you ain't get none of them around.
Made a lot of women whores basically because they definitely gonna go and get with some other male.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? But and some of them may be destroyed and traumatized from because they was thinking like, wow, I'm with him. This is gonna last forever, and they probably won't never be able to get they confidence and they outlook back to how it was before they met a celebrity and had sex with the celebrity.
Like women, like brothers, women is built for one ride. You know what I'm saying? Right. They built for that. So when you lay it down on that sister and you diss that sister and move her on, you now enabled a whore. You know what I'm saying? You allow her to be a whore.
Whore activated.
Right. You know what I'm saying? She's now gonna look for something that she was looking for in you.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that's why I said about your intentions. You gotta have the right intentions when you laying down with these sisters. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas is looking at it like the box, and these sisters is like, okay. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a genuine brother. He played his role. He was kind for this period of time. Supposed period of time before I want to give myself up. Now I gave myself up to him and nigga did me wrong.
Hey, how many times you had a sister like, you talking to her, right? Y'all cool. And it come to that point where, y'all might want to do other things, right?
Right. But
then she tell you, but I'm not looking for no commitment. But we can mess around though.
Oh yeah,
I'm not laying down with you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Uncle Damn how.
She gonna commit to child support.
Right. I'm not. Right. I'm not doing it. I'm
not gonna commit to nigga breaking your car windows and slashing your tires.
Man, remember that one sister that blew up her brother Jeep?
Oh man, that was crazy. She damn near blew herself up.
Right. Like man, look,
eyebrows gone.
Look, man, don't have to the brothers, know your worth, man. Sisters too. Know that you a daughter of Israel, all that. That's amazing. Like you should look to get with one man and live with that man and only him for the rest of your life. Brothers,
right.
Same as far as staying with that woman, being committed. That's what you look for in a relationship, not flings, sneaky links, seasonals because of
creeping.
One of the new trends is this one on TikTok or whatever, or social media. This woman was like, somebody commented, it was like, how does it feel being 30 and single? And the lady responded, like she put the comment on her screen and she was like, how does it feel being tied down to one man?
Right.
I'm like,
So the whole, so it's a whole generation of people that think that you should have variety and have sex with different people for the rest of your life, man.
If I could
think about that, like how you grow old like that. Like think about what that looks like when you get like old. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, you know what I mean?
Sorry,
Like,
look, imagine all these women that these plastic bodies,
right?
All these tattoos all over them.
Yeah.
How they gonna look in 20 years?
Man, that's heavy right there.
If we here 20 years.
Because everything, Lord willing, we here 20 years from now, everything starts to droop and hang and sag when you get older. So it's going to be a whole generation of senior citizens that look just like graffiti walls. You know what I mean?
Right.
And grotesque, because, you know, when you look at that plastic surgery, a lot of them don't even look like people anymore. They get so addicted to, especially on the face, start looking like Beauty and the Beast or something. You know what I mean?
And more beast
than beauty. You know what I mean? The beast with makeup on after that point, and then, you know, you can't do nothing but just feel sad for whoever the hell that used to be, because they be looking like burn victims.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that, you know, that have recovered.
A house of wax. You see that shit? Towards the end when the shit caught on fire. Yeah, that's a form of self-hate, man. You doing all that plastic surgery, nose surgery, Brazilian butt lifts, like that's not.
And then they made it cheaper. You know, some of them sisters are going out there and dying on the operation bed, man.
Yeah,
don't even come back home. So be careful what you want, what you're trying to do. Be happy with what the Lord gave you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the brothers, for brothers, man, like what these brothers have been saying and bringing out is like, man, you just got to be more responsible. You got to be more thoughtful. You got to be circumspect, and you know what I mean, be wise with your movements and how you deal with your sisters, because at the end of the day, Black women, Hispanic women, they are your sister first. Right. So treat her like your sister first, man. And you know what I mean? Don't play yourself, because you will play yourself. So, because so many brothers are still playing themselves, like this brother we just talked about. He played himself, man. And it's a sad situation that a brother that can get to that level, like I said, money is a blessing. There were rich people in Israel at the time of Christ, man. It was rich. It's always been rich Israelites amongst the poor Israelites. Right. And money is a defense. Money is a blessing to have. Right. And you get in a situation where, you know, you've got a big contract, man. That's a good thing. You can change other people's lives, man. But this brother, now he can't even enjoy that blessing. His family, his immediate family, his mama, and because of she getting that fat settlement or whatever she might be getting from this brother, he probably can't buy his mama a house like he wanted to. You know, he can't do the simple things that he been wanting to do for his immediate family, and you know, buy his little sister. I don't know if he got a little sister. Buy her a car. He can't even enjoy the fruits of his labor, man, of this blessing that he got, because no one ever taught him how to deal with a woman and the signs to look for between a woman that's worth being with for the rest of your life and a woman that's just searching for a bag, man. So I'm gonna give it to, if you want to say something, brother.
Now I was I don't want to sound like a broken record, man, but like I was saying, have the right intentions and know know these sisters. Like if you were saying, like these sisters are our sisters at the end of the day. They are our people, man. Treat them with the same respect. And sisters, do your due diligence on the brother before you get with him, before you open your legs to him. And brothers, do your due diligence on the sister before you lay with her. Like, court each other. Ain't nothing wrong with courting somebody, getting to know somebody. I know people,
they act like it's bad to court nowadays.
Like, I know y'all, we attracted to, we can establish that. We have a foundation of attraction to each other. But we can move. We know that's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? If that's going to always be there, you can move on something else that's maybe you wouldn't find out till afterwards you lay down with that person. Then usually by that time it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So do your due diligence on a lot of the things that you know that and you should do it on anything that you want, and come back and serve the Lord. And so you can have the knowledge of who you are as of your history and stuff like that, and have the knowledge of how to deal with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? In this life, in this wicked world we live in.
I'm right. If I could, you know, in conclusion, like in summary, man, like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to change our minds in the way we think, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we handle situations, different situations, not only just how we deal with relationships, but how we deal with everyone, how we treat brothers and how we treat sisters, how we treat one another, how we talk to our parents, all that, man. Like all of it matters. When we come and serve the Lord, like you can't come in here, you can't be in here how you came in here, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be a whole different person. You got to change your life, change the way you talk, change the way you walk. Everything has to change. The Bible says in Psalms 119 and verse 9, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. All brothers, all blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we got to start taking heed to this word in this Bible, man. We got to change our lives for the better, because if you change your life, it will be better. And when it comes to these sisters, brother, you know, you got to know you gold, you know what I'm saying? You gold. And put them sisters through the fire, so like it.
Right.
Don't let them walk through the park and you just lay down with them. Like, you gotta do this. You gotta come to class. You gotta all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, those be laying down with these women like that, man. But if
he gave you the blueprint, he just gave you the blueprint, you know, to follow in those scriptures, so that we don't be the laughing stock all the time of social media, right? In our relationships, it's a shame that we're always the laughing stock, or we are the byword or the proverb, but people hear about our story and shake their head. Like, I'm sure it's so many people. You go online and you type in that brother's name, it's so many YouTube people that have made a video about this brother, being a laughing stock, and what was he thinking and all of that. In order for us not to be the laughing stock, or people to shake their head in shame about our situation, we have to follow these law, statutes, and commandments, and these morals and these values that are in the Bible. Right. So I'll pass it to you, Double One.
You got anything else, Coach Zai?
One more thing before we roll. Like the Baruch in the 4th chapter, man, it tells us, man, how beautiful and how pleasant is it for us to know the things that are pleasing to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? We have the formula to know the things that are pleasing to the Most High Power of all this earth, of all this world, and you gotta value that. You gotta hold that dear to you, man. It's not for everybody. It's for you, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say.
All right. Hey, look, the water for rocking out with us, man. This is One West Radio. We signing out. Shalom.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
In so many cases like that.
Bro, I felt bad for that brother, man, because that hurt. And not only that, you know, like, if you got a seed, now he don't even have access to